Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Oopscast.
Oopscast!
This is your co-host Grant Crine,
And this is your better side of the host, Kishan Desai.
and today we'll be talking about the signings and trades of the NBA offseason. So,
Man, oh
Keyshawn,
man, man, oh man.
crazy, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it was as crazy as the NFL offseason because that that
Yeah,
was that was just a haywire on its own. But this offseason was really dominated by the trades more than
I
the
agree.
actual free agent signings.
I agree. And I want to start off with talking about the Malcolm Brogdon trade.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah. Get happy.
okay. Listen, for a while I was in pain because the Celtics had lost the finals very, very sadly. Jason Tatum had a poor performance, and I got made fun of intensely because I'm a Celtics fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys fleeced them. We can't ignore that. You guys actually fleeced the hell out of them.
Grant, tell us the exact trade that went down.
So the Celtics acquired Malcolm Brogdon, and what the Pacers got in return was Daniel Theis, Aaron Nesmith, Malcolm Fitz, Juwan Morgan, Nick Stauskas, and 2023 first round pick.
So we just gave him a bag of Lays
Oh, and licorice. Just with
and
that
liquor.
2023 first round pick. Yeah, but
Good
like,
thing, good
I don't
thing
know
they didn't
what
ask
you
for Wiener
thought.
Schnitzel or else you would have came running.
Dude, yeah, but honestly, like, if that was the case, we could have legit gave a better deal to them. Like I'm sure a lot of teams had better deals for the Indiana Pacers.
That just shows that the mastermind of the Celtics fleece system has not left yet. Because keep in mind, yes, Danny Ainge was like the original fleece master with that Nets trade, but also keep in mind by his side was Brad Stevens, who's our current president.
He was taking
So
note. He was taking a note or two from Danny Ainge.
how to do it better.
Yeah, man. You guys actually, this is a great trade for you guys, and just an awful trade for the Indiana Pacers. I don't know. Like they legit waived half these guys. You know that, right? They waived
Yeah,
Nick Stauskas, Malcolm Fitz, and Juwan Morgan. I think Shams or Woj tweeted that. So they only have Aaron Nesmith, first round pick, and Daniel Theis.
but Shams and Woj are like right now the bird and magic of the free agency. They're just competing with each
I
other.
swear, bro. Dude, another trade I want to talk about is the DeJounte Murray trade.
So that was actually the first trade, if I'm correct. No, not the first. That was the third trade because the first was Christian Wood and Jeremy Grant, but
Yeah.
which we'll get into in a second. But Dejounte Murray was like really one of the first legitimate trades that happened. Grant, I remember you asking me why did the Spurs do this trade? You're like, why?
Dude, like the way I see this happening, I feel like the Spurs at this point just need to rebuild. And if you look at Hawks, it's a now win now team. But my only question is, how is Trey Young going to fit with DeJounte Murray?
I
Because
can
they're both,
easily tell you. I can easily tell you how that's going to work out because Dejounte Murray actually can play three positions realistically. Okay, he's played small forward early in his career before. He can play both the guard positions, point guard and shooting guard. I realistically could see him playing shooting guard next to Trey Young.
I don't know, but they're both like, they both want the ball 24/7, if you know what I mean. Because I
But I
don't know
think
how that's going to fit.
I think Dejounte will actually, I think between the two, Dejounte will just have to be less ball handling. He just has to handle the ball a little less. And I don't know. I think he realistically will just he'll just be a secondary player on that system, which I don't know if he will mind doing. I don't think he should mind being like a secondary guy next to Trey Young, because he's playing next to a guy like Trey Young in this case.
Yeah. And then I don't know, with the Spurs, like, what are your thoughts on what they got? Danilo
Man,
Gallinari, 3 first round picks, along with 2026 pick swap.
well, okay, Danilo Gallinari, we all know where he went, which we'll get into in 2 seconds. So that's out of the equation. The Spurs, my question is why though? I think Dejounte Murray. It's not. I don't know if he requested a trade or anything. That I don't know what the
I
inside
think from what I heard, Spurs and DeJounte Murray had discussions, and he
is
didn't like.
mutual.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't like the system that Spurs had. He even commented on a burner account saying that, but with this system, they're gonna lose for the next 15 years.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Look, I respect Pop and all, Greg Popovich and all, but it's like the NBA's changed so much that maybe it's time, like I guess the Spurs sort of change their ways with the NBA. I don't know,
They're playing old style basketball.
old school, yeah.
They're not in the modern time yet. They need to start shifting that way, especially with the new team that they have.
Right, right. No, yeah, totally, totally. They got a lot of little good young 3 and D wings and some bigs, that I'm sure they can retool around that and just pretty much start catching up to the modern era of basketball. And
Yes,
I mean, realistically, I think maybe Greg Popovich, for that, he needs to retire.
I agree.
I would say maybe bring Quinn Snyder onto that system.
Uh,
After all, he was a Pop student.
or the old former Hornets coach was it Borregos?
Oh, Matt Borrego.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like because since he was under this, he's a free agent coach.
Yeah,
I feel like him as a young coach, he can go to the Spurs and coach these
he
young
was
guys.
also from the Pop system too.
Exactly. That was the
He's
next point I was gonna bring up.
There are so many guys in the coaching game that were from like the Pop system.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. And speaking of like one major shift that happened with the team, let's talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves getting Rudy Gobert. That was a major
Wow,
shift with them too.
wow, wow. That okay. I swear to God, if they don't play Cat at the 4 and Rudy at the 5, if they don't play it like that, I'm gonna have to go knocking on their front door. I'm like, give me the GM spot. Give me the
Kissan,
coaching
bro,
rotation.
you want to hear the trade? Like you're gonna freak
Let's
out when you see this. Timberwolves get Rudy Gobert, and then Jazz get Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverly, Leandro Bolmero, Walker Kessler is the number 22 pick in this
Mhm.
2022 pick, Jared Vanderbilt, 2023 first round pick, 2025 first round pick, 2026 pick swap, 2027 first round pick, and 2029 first round pick that's protected.
Wow. Okay. High key, that does not sound like a bad trade at all for the Jazz. Look, he got a bag there. What the hell?
Dude, the Jazz, like I would say they kind of fleeced them if anything. Because no offense to Rudy Gobert, he's a great center, but he's not worth four first round picks.
That's too much. Yeah, yeah. Initially, when I remember looking at the trade, I'm like, oh yeah, the T-Wolves won. But then I'm looking back at it now. I'm like, no, hold up. The Jazz actually got a bag. They got a
But
fucking
do you know
bag.
who's their president? I'm sure
Who?
you know who it is. Danny Ainge.
Oh my god. The Jazz president is Danny Ainge.
Yeah, I think he's their GM or president.
I thought he retired. Like he's taking a break from basketball. I actually did
Oh
not know
no.
that.
Yeah, Danny Ainge is the executive for the Utah Jazz. So I can
Okay,
kind of see why this trade happened.
so they're building the Celtics of the East now, or the West now.
Dude, I don't know, but I feel like the Jazz once they trade, I think once they start trading Donovan Mitchell, I think that's where they're in full rebuild mode.
And they got that kid, the kid, a Walker Kessler, bro, 7 foot guy from Auburn who played next to Jabari Smith.
Was he bad or was he good?
He was pretty good. He wasn't terrible at all. And for the where they got him in, I think that was a good little steal that the Jazz got, like just sniping the first round player out of it. Like I think they could develop him nicely.
Speaking of one steal, let's talk about the Rockets trade for the Christian Wood trade.
Yeah, that was the first trade actually of the
Mhm.
this kicked off the trade what's it called session.
Mavericks got Christian Wood. And Rockets get Wendell Moore, number 26 pick, Marquise Chris, Sterling Brown, but Boban Marjanovic, damn, and Trey Burke,
Rip Bobby, man. I'm sad they had to give away Bobby like that, dude.
Luka Doncic's best friend.
Bro, he went from being Tobias's best friend to Luca's best friend. Now he's like, damn,
Alfred Sengun's best friend.
Alfred Sengun's best friend. Bro, no, on some real stuff though. No, the Mavs easily won that trade. They
Oh
didn't.
yeah.
They got what they wanted, and Christian Wood is going to be a good defensive anchor. They
Oh,
needed that.
literally half these players that Rockets got are waivable.
Yeah,
Easily we could talk about Marquise Chris, Trey Burke, and Sterling Brown. Like if
yeah.
they waive them, who cares? Like they're
Because
not going to be a
Marcus
difference
Chris is
maker for the
not what he
Rockets.
is anymore. Like I remember he was
Even
drafted.
Boban.
Even well, okay, Boban, you cannot win. He's a national treasure.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, just we'll
That's
leave
like
it.
that's like saying me not picking you on my pickup basketball team, bro.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, but Grant's nice with him. Just saying,
Hey,
especially when he hits the gritty afterwards.
bro, I'm dead.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, Christian Wood. I like what the Mavs did because they really needed. They were desperate for a center,
right.
and this is what they got at this point. So I'll say it's a win for the Mavericks and a huge L for the Rockets.
Rockets. All right, Grant. I wanted to talk to you about another big man trade. Jeremy Grant to the Portland Trailblazers, man.
Yeah, man, his dad used to play for the Blazers at the time. Now that he's gonna play, at this point, it's a family thing.
Wait, hold on. Horace Grant played for the Blazers?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I knew about the Lakers, the Rockets, and the Magic. I knew about those.
No, yeah, he played for the Blazers at the time. That's what I
Wow.
learned.
Actually, that's crazy. But I like that fit, dude. Him next to Dame.
Dude, that's gonna be a
Granted,
very nice team. And I feel
granted,
like they
he's
need
not a
to start.
superstar.
Yeah, man, and I feel like they should trade for KD. Like they need to go right now at it so they can have
That's
a super
we're
team.
gonna we're gonna get to KD in its 2 seconds, bro. That's a guy. That's a whole book. Last year we had the Ben Simmons saga. This year we got the KD Kyrie saga.
And yeah, and exactly. And Kyrie. Dude, where do you think KD should go?
Man, okay, so let's cover one thing, okay? As a Celtics fan, I'm just gonna say it right now. We don't want to give up Jalen Brown. I
You're
love
not a
Jalen
smart
too much.
Celtics fan.
Yeah, no, I personally don't want Celtics to trade for Kevin Durant. Granted, no, don't get me wrong. I respect Kevin Durant as a superstar. Don't respect him as a person or like for like what's it called, ring chasing like that. But that's a different thing. I'm not gonna get into. But just as a player, I respect the hell out of him. He's like one of the best small forwards out ever to play the game. You know.
I agree with you on that. I don't
And
know. I feel like the Celtics potentially trading with Jalen Brown's a bona fide move. Like you guys already went to the finals with that current squad. Like don't dismantle the team just to get more ticket sales. I think it's someone a
yeah,
little better.
no, yeah, and I don't think Durant's interested in being like a leader or anything. You know, so it
Yeah,
just
man.
doesn't seem that way. I don't know. I think him on the Celtics just doesn't give me. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to my boy Aiden Lewis because he's been talking to me about this trade. KD to the New Orleans Pelicans.
New Orleans.
He says KD, maybe 3 first round picks from the KD for Brandon Ingram and 3 first round picks.
Pelicans would lose.
They would lose the okay. And he mentioned pick swaps. I'm sure there's like you can adjust the trades and stuff like what's it called the way you would do it, but that's
Mhm.
like the base offer. He thinks like that should be like around the base offer.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. If there's one team though, but nobody talked about this. Nobody ever talked about this. I feel like Kevin Durant, if he does get traded, I want to see Denver Nuggets go after him.
Ooh, Denver, huh?
Yeah, bro.
Trade
Nobody
Michael
talked
Porter
about.
Jr.
Yes, Michael
Trade
Porter Jr. You
Jamal
trade
Murray possibly.
no Bones
No,
Highland
Bones Highland.
and 3 first-round picks.
Is Will Barton still on the Jazz or no?
He's
He's
on
on
the
Jazz.
Wizards now.
He's
He's
on
on
the
the
Wizards.
Wizards.
Sorry, yeah. Then yeah, okay. I don't know if the Nets would go for that. They're gonna ask for Jamal Murray, dude. I think.
I feel like that would no, because bro, Michael Porter, I feel like he's a borderline superstar. It's just minus his injuries. Or
Okay,
has a
Michael
lot of
Porter, Brandon Ingram, those are guys that are like pretty much like on the verge of becoming like the next Kevin Durant with the way their play style, build,
exactly.
frame, you know?
And you're gonna get it like what 3, 4 first-round picks, and you're gonna get Michael Porter and Bones Highland,
You
a
know what
good
would be
young guard,
you know what would be actually really funny if somehow OKC got the Kevin Durant again.
dude. That would be very dumb of Oklahoma if they actually were to do that,
But
especially
they
with
got
what we
they got
traded.
they already got like 100 first round picks. I think giving them like 5 for Kevin Durant doesn't hurt him
Oh, my
any.
little cousin's like 1 years old. He's probably gonna get drafted there soon too.
Oh no.
They're scouting him at this point in the park basketball.
Okay, he has potential to get lifts. He has good box moves. Eats a lot. We'll tone that down though. You know.
Bro, I'm dead. All right, man. Let's move on from KD. Let's talk about Kyrie. What are your thoughts on his situation?
Kyrie.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. You don't like Kyrie.
Nah, whatever. He took an L to us. That's whatever. We got what we wanted. We swept him. No, Kyrie to the Lakers, man. I know I've heard so many Lakers fans that don't want him and want him. You're a Lakers fan that wants Kyrie, right? If I'm
Yes.
correct.
Look, I don't hate Russell Westbrook. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why people. I don't know why people are talking mad smack about him. He was literally there for 96% of the games,
I
minus
got,
the last.
I got, I gotta have people understand one thing. Even though I'm not a fan of Russell Westbrook, I understand why they. Okay, he doesn't fit the Lakers play style. He needs the ball in his hands 24/7 to be
Exactly.
good.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And he's a third option on this team. Like, bro, this
He
guy's a
might be
first optional player.
the first option player on any other team, and he'll be an all-star.
And plus, people are talking mad smack about him. Like, why are you guys blaming? And people are threatening his family too. I feel like people are taking it a little too far.
I think that's just people being dumbasses. I don't
Yeah,
want to use the other word because yeah, it's not a good word. But dumbass is the nicest way I can go about it. Because why are you threatening players to begin with? Like, A, you're wasting your own energy, and B, you're just making yourself look bad. Not as an individual, but as a fan base as well.
yes. It's this is at this point, it's about a respectful thing. It's a respectful term, and you're not showing respect to him and to his family.
Show some respect to my fellow Bruin right there.
Yeah, exactly. You were Bruin too.
Yes,
Yeah, man.
sir.
But I don't know. I want to see him on Charlotte.
Granted, I'm better than Russell Westbrook. I'm sure I could cross him up and dunk on him and stuff. Block his shots and whatnot. But that's neither here nor there. I have to give him a chance. He told me he needs a chance in the NBA for him. So I'm like, sure, fine. I can stay back, go to college.
I won't take your spot on the roster.
I won't take your spot on the roster. Anyways, I'm a Celtics fan. Um, no, what's it called? He. I'm sure the moment he gets traded to another team, he's gonna ball out again. Just remember, a season ago on the Wizards, he was putting up like crazy triple double stat lines when he wasn't injured.
Yeah, and now he's averaging 18 and like eight assists, 6 rebounds, and around that number. And people are starting to talk smack about him.
Right, even 2K is disrespecting the hell out of him.
What rating they give him?
79 overall or 78 overall.
Bro, you're joking.
No,
That's hilarious. Dude, that's
yeah.
weird. Why would they do that though? Dude, bunch of weirdos.
On some other news, guys, a little more towards the free agency. Most of free agency was just re-signing. So we had like Grant knows, like Bradley Beal re-signed to the Wizards. Zach LaVine re-signed to the Bulls. James Harden restructures his contract with the Sixers. It's a bunch of re-signings, but there are other small signings that actually could make a small impact. Like Danilo Gallinari, as I mentioned earlier, was a buyout deal by the Celtics. They used their mid-level exception on him. Or they still have their mid-level exception on the Celtics. Still have their like team level exception to use on
And
another player.
another player I want to mention is Mo Bamba. I didn't like the re-signing that he did with the Magic, especially the fact that they're not giving him more playing time since they got Wendell Carter.
And they drafted Paolo Banchero.
I mean, to be fair, you can squeeze him at the four. That's his primary position in basketball.
Well, okay, but it's like you squeeze him at the four, you squeeze what's it called, Wendell at the five, and I'm sure they got another backup big that I'm like not I'm blanking out on. I might have to go play some Pirtle just for that. Uh, but I don't know who else they have that like what's it called.
Dude, what do you think on by Andre Drummond going to the Chicago Bulls?
That's an okay signing. It's a good backup. He's gonna be a good backup to Vucevic.
Man, he used to be so good at the time. And then that
Man,
trade, that trade to Cavs just downgraded him somehow.
well, it's more like after he got traded away from the Cavs, he downgraded because he was good on the Cavs too. I remember having him on my fantasy team, and dude was putting up monster near triple double stat lines with the blocks and stuff.
I mean, yeah, fantasy wise, you could talk about that, but overall,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
folks, stay tuned. Stay tuned. New season of 5 Minute Fantasy will be coming out soon.
Sure.
Yeah, and your boy's gonna come back to play fantasy. Hope said you better watch out.
Man, still can't believe he won that.
Yeah.
But the Hopes Up did had a good team.
Thanks
I
to
can't.
GM Grant Angier.
And yeah, but I don't think there's any other major free agency signings.
Not really, no.
Oh,
Mhm.
before we conclude today's episode, there's one other player that I want to talk about with trades, Donovan Mitchell.
Yes, he's part of this new saga of like players that are possibly going to get traded. Oh, and before we mention, I don't know why we didn't even mention the obvious two teams about Kevin Durant. That we didn't even talk about Phoenix or Miami as like the two top contenders right now for the Durant trade.
Let's see if he even gets traded there first. Like, are these teams really going to risk it? Because Phoenix, I don't know. I don't think they have much assets to even give up for them.
I think they do. I think there's a reason why they what's called match DeAndre Ayton's contract. You know.
What do you think they're going to give up though? Because they don't want DeAndre Ayton, the Brooklyn Nets. Just keep that in mind. They don't want him.
I'm sure the Phoenix will find a way to like throw him into the deal though.
I don't know. I heard they didn't want him.
But no, yeah, and then Miami, Durant to Miami too. It's like I think that there's like Bam is like the guy that's leading the
Miami
center.
has more assets.
Bam, Oladipo.
Bam, Oladipo. I don't think they'll take Oladipo. Maybe Tyler Hero.
I would try to keep Tyler Hero if anything.
What about Duncan Robinson?
I would give away Duncan Robinson.
Freaking fleece the team
Yeah,
with that
but yeah,
contract.
Don Mitchell though. I think New York is that's where the prime destination is, right? That's what they're saying.
You know how many first round picks Utah Jazz want?
How many?
7 to 8.
That's too
Yeah,
much.
that was my exact reaction. It's Danny Ainge, bro. He really wants to. He's following Sam Presti's footsteps by taking 21st round picks.
Okay. Let's get one thing straight. It's the other way around. Sam Presti's following
Yeah.
his footsteps.
I mean,
So,
Danny Ainge didn't take that many first round picks like Sam Presti did it. I'm just saying in those terms. They're
well,
taking
yeah,
first round picks.
Sam Presti is like a crack Danny Ainge, like the way he's doing it.
My
But
boy ain't wasting no time.
Danny Ainge is the one who started it. Like he did it with the Sixers. He did it with the Kings, Sixers. He did it with what's it called? The Nets, obviously.
Mhm.
Man, the Nets really have two failed dynasties, man.
Yeah, it's not working out there. But Keyshawn, where do you think Donovan Mitchell should go?
I think New York. I think New York would be my final option. If not New York, Dallas would be a great team.
Dallas would sound pretty nice.
Him and Luka Doncic, I feel like would be like putting Larry Bird and Dwayne Wade together. You know,
Well, Portland,
Portland, huh?
you trade
Him and Lillard, bro.
if you don't get KD, just go after Mitchell.
Also, maybe low key, Donovan to Denver, bro.
But nah,
After all, Denver was the one who drafted Donovan Mitchell, so
yeah, but I don't know. I don't think he would want to go there. Does he have a no trade clause?
no, he doesn't.
Oh, I mean, but still, they would have to give up Jamal Murray.
I feel like I would do that. What the hell? I
You
think
would?
Donovan Mitchell and what's it called? Jokic would be such a god tier duo right there. You know.
Yeah,
Granted, they would be probably good for like the second seed in the West because you
yeah.
saw the Warriors and the Suns, you know, who are like playing really good regular season basketball. Come playoff time, I think those two teams, the Nuggets with if Nuggets had Don Mitchell and Jokic, man,
Mhm.
oh man, that's a what's it called?
I agree with you on that. What about Chicago though? That's another team I had in mind. Just keep in mind.
Chicago, would they trade away Zach? It would be like a Zach LaVine swap.
Just get younger because they're gonna get younger with that trade.
They would, yeah. Him and Lonzo, huh? Same class, same everything.
Exactly. And if anything, try to trade Vucevic for a younger center. If anything,
Vucevic for Walker Kessler. No, I'm just kidding.
no. I mean,
Vucevic back to the Magic.
I don't know a center that Chicago would take potentially.
DeAndre Ayton.
That would low key be a nice trade. You got three veterans: Vucevic, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker.
Devin Booker's not a veteran. Come on, bro. He's really not
He's
a
already a
veteran.
veteran at this point.
He's a young guy still. He's like 25, bro. He doesn't count. Yeah, to be a veteran, I think you have to be at least like 28, 29, like nearing your 30s.
He was drafted in 2015. That's like almost it's 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah,
Holy shit, Grant, dude,
yeah. So you could
crazy.
consider him he's considered a veteran technically.
Man, we were 14 or 15 in 2015 when that draft happened.
I was
You were
14. You were 13, I think.
No, 2015 draft was in the year of 2015, which means no. Yes, I was 13 and you were 14.
Shit, man. That's just
Time's flying
crazy.
by, bro.
But yeah, anyways, guys, we conclude our episode with these crazy news of the trades and free agent signings. Kishan?
Thank you for watching us, guys. And we're gonna try to stay more consistent with the videos. Obviously, we've just been busy with school and work and life, just everything,
Yep.
Yeah. But we will try to get out more videos, and aside from basketball content, we'll try doing more different content just for you guys to enjoy, and keep up
Yeah.
keep enjoying. Share us, like us, comment on us, subscribe us. Let us know what you guys want to see, and yeah, just hit us up on our Instagram at Oopscast or our Instagram at GKRI and at Kishan at TW. Till then, guys, this is Kishan Desai and
Grant Crine. Peace out.
deuces.